Good morning to one and all. In this video lecture series, we are going to discuss about welding and its types. First, we are going to discuss about what is welding. It is a material joining process which produces covalences of materials by heating them to suitable temperature with or without the application of pressure, or by the application of pressure alone, and with or without the use of the filler material. There is about two types of different classification. Welding is classified into two types, mainly fusion welding, and the second one is plastic welding. First, we will going to discuss about fusion welding. It is a metal at the joint is heated to the molten state and then it is allowed to solidify. Here the pressure is not applied during the process and hence it is called as non-pressure welding. Filler material is required for this type of welding, fusion welding. Next, we are going to discuss about the definition of plastic welding. The metal parts are heated to the plastic state and are pressed together to make the joint. It is also called as pressure welding. No filler material is required in case of the pressure welding. Next, we are going to discuss about some of the most important terms which is used in the welding process. First one is an alloy. It is an element added to that of the metal. Next term is an arc. It is what is between the end of the electrode and the base metal. The resistance causes heat. And the next important part or term used in the welding process is bead, B-E-A-D. The deposited filler metal on and in the work surface when the wire or electrode is melted and fused into the steel. Next one is an electrode. Electrode comes either covered with the flux or just an bare wire. In the field, an electrode is called a rod in stick welding and a wire for MIG welding and flex coated arc welding. Next important term is an electrode holder. A hand clamp that holds a welding rod and conducts electricity out of the rod in DCEN. DCEN means direct current electrode which is connected to that of the negative terminal, or into the rod in DCEP. DCEP means direct current electrode positive. That means the electrode is connected to that of the positive terminal. Next important term is an filler metal. This is the metal added to that of the weld pool. A weld can be made with or without the filler material. Thin gauge metal is sometimes welded by melting the two base metals together. Next important term in case of welding is a nozzle. It is an attachment that is about 3 inches long and shaped as an open cylinder. It is put over and insulated and seals at the top, giving the shielding gas one direction to go out over the weld. The main purpose of nozzle is to increase the pressure of the either gas or the liquid. Next one is penetration. Is the fusion or depth into the parent metal from its surface or the amount of fusion through an open faced joint. Next term is a shielding gas. Gases such as argon or helium are inert, meaning they will not combine with other elements. This makes them good for keeping atmospheric contaminants out of the weld pool. For shielding gas, mainly inert gases such as helium, neon, argon or krypton can be used. Next important term is depth of fusion. How deep your filler metal penetrates into the metal from the surface is known as the depth of fusion in case of the welding materials. Next one is a flux. It cleans the surface and when burned makes a shielding gas that protects the weld pool or puddle from atmospheric contaminants that causes the defects. Next important term is a slag. When the flux on a welding rod melt, it produces the shielding gas to protect the weld and then forms a hardened protective coating over the weld. This has to be chipped off and thoroughly cleaned, usually by brushing. These are all some of the major terms which is used in the welding. First one is an alloy, next arc, next bead, next important term is an electrode, and in order to fit the electrode there will be an electrode holder, and then in order to fill the material between two parent materials we can use the filler material based upon the different types of applications, and also it can be changed based upon the different types of welding process. Next one is a nozzle. And the next important term is penetration, and the shielding gas is used in the different types of welding process in order to protect the weld material, to keep the weld material from the atmospheric contaminants. And the next important term is the depth of fusion, flux, and then slag. Thank you. In next class we are going to discuss about the types of welding. Thank you.